Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about the divine spark in the sacred heart. So in the left ventricle of the heart is said to be a spiritual atom, also known as the Noose Atom and as the master atom. And this Noose Atom in the heart is directly associated with what's known as the Christ mind of 1 Corinthians 2:15 to 16. And Christ mind, or Christ consciousness centered in the heart, is the divine principle of unconditional love, of compassion and spiritual wisdom. And the activation of the Noose Atom is believed to facilitate a deep connection with Christ consciousness, allowing us as individuals to experience higher states of bliss, or what you might call the peace of God, which passeth all understanding, as it says in Philippians 4:7. And in the alchemy of ascension, or the sacred secretion process, the transmutation of lower energies into higher spiritual energies happens with a purification of the heart center, because it's that center point between the lower chakras and the higher chakras. So heart purification reignites or stimulates the Noose Atom, which acts as a further catalyst for transformation, and it guides us towards enlightenment and towards divine realization and all those fuzzy feelings and feelings of confidence and knowingness in the love of the universe and our place in that and with that and through that. This concept really emphasizes the importance of the heart, not just as a physical organ, but as a spiritual center that connects us to the divine and to the universe, to the oneness. God dwells in you, as you, and you don't have to do anything to be God realized or self-realized. It is already your true and natural state. Just drop all seeking, turn your attention inward, and sacrifice your mind to the one self radiating in the heart of your very being. For this to be your own presently lived experience, self-inquiry is the one direct and immediate way. And that's Ramana Maharishi. So in esoteric teachings, they suggest that the Noose Atom, or the divine spark, acts as a guardian of spiritual integrity and of our moral values. It's like our compass. It is thought to influence our sense of right and wrong, and it guides us along the straight and narrow path of spiritual purity if we listen to it. This influence is crucial because it helps us to maintain our alignment with higher spiritual principles that we want to resonate with, and therefore we can embody. And in the book The Perfect Matrimony, which is also known as the door to initiation, it says that the heart of the sun, as in the sun in the sky, is constructed like the heart of the human organism, meaning that they are macrocosmic and microcosmic reflections of one another. And the book says that both the sun and our individual hearts have a central nucleus, the Noose Atom, which is the dwelling place of Brahma within us. This holy dwelling place is said to contain the mind, life, energy, and willpower of the human being, and to have an opalescent, luminous aura which irradiates and shines. If the sun in the sky no longer existed, all life as we know it would disappear. And according to M, the writer of The Dayspring of Youth, this is also true of the miniature sun in our heart. When the Noose Atom leaves our body, the body atrophies and dies. It is what animates and directs the life in the body. The body is a cosmos in miniature, and the atom Nous is the central sun of that microcosmos, which animates, harmonizes, and orders the whole cosmos. Wow. So now let's take a look at the Noose Atom as the master builder. Known as the innermost atom, this divine spark is understood as the principal atom, the first atom or particle of our spiritual being. It's said to be the master atom that has control over and directs all the constructive processes of the body, having absolute command over all the other builder atoms who work for it. Although it has material physiological relations in the body, as we'll see in a moment, the Noose Atom is not viewed as an atom of physical matter, of the material plane, but as an atom of etheric nature, of immaterial nature. Sages and mystics describe it as a minute source of intelligent energy and a blueprint for spiritual development, with the knowledge and wisdom to fulfill our true destinies that are contained within it, i.e. our higher self is in there, our Christ self is in there, the voice that we should be listening to is in there, the oneness, the true source loveness, the greatness, the knowingness that knows infinitely better than what we could think of that we want or need for ourselves resides in there. Our destiny voice resides in there. And Nous in English means inner knowledge. So the inner knowingness, or a special kind of knowledge that is acquired through experience. And it's described as the knowledge that not all people are privy to. Because when that compass is swaying all over the place and we're not taking a moment to tune in to the divine nature of the world, to what those higher forces really want for ourselves and for humanity as a whole, then we drown that voice out. So we're not privy to the guidance that it's giving us, to the comfort and love that it's giving us. It's still giving it to us, but we can't hear it because everything else, all the other exterior influences in our lives are like drowning it out. So that's why everybody's not privy to it, because they're not allowing it, they're not hearing it, they're not choosing to tune into it or be at one with it. And some other key points that are put forth in The Dayspring of Youth by M are as follows. The master atom contains a divine model which the body conforms to. The Noose Atom will never inspire anything evil in us. The Noose Atom is programmed for harmony and balance. The Noose Atom communicates with us, assisting us along the path of harmonious transcendence. It is necessary to be always alert for any message coming from the Noose Atom. And there is an old Hermetic saying, be alert for your master's voice as he is alert for yours. We should not eat impure foods and be moderate in our stimulants. Increased blood pressure accounts for abnormal appetites and desires and stimulates our lower natures to greater activities and opposes our entry to our inner worlds. This pressure destroys the nerves that cause the cells of the brain to open and shut. As we breathe, these nerves open the cells of the energy passing through the body. And if they are shut through abnormal pressure from sudden exertion, this increases the lower centers to a greater alertness and activity and shuts off the inner worlds from the student and prevents him from receiving their instructions. So this author is really talking about the importance of listening to the heart, hearing the still small voice in that heart center, the divine spark, the Noose Atom. And these points and quotes really parallel sacred secretion teachings that highlight the importance of bhakti, or unconditional love, on the spiritual path. When the heart is open, the biochemistry of our body, it really shifts, and it really allows for the felt experience of enlightenment. The heart is the catalyst. Everything flows from the heart, as it says in the Bible. And it stimulates clear communication with the divine and many other transformational shifts and changes in our consciousness, letting go of things just falling away from us that didn't serve us anymore, all sorts of pains and hurts being healed physically, emotionally, and mentally. It's the hub, the junction, the seed of that spiritual, emotional, practical life. And the left ventricle, where the Noose Atom or divine spark is theorized to be located, is surrounded by thick muscular structure. And this ventricle pumps oxygen-rich blood to the whole body, including all the vital organs, all the cells of our being. Blood that has been freshly oxygenated by the lungs from the air we breathe as it enters into the left atrium and filters down into the left ventricle. So you could say that the left ventricle is where the purest blood of the body resides. It's situated actually at the bottom of the heart, at the center of the chest, which is secretly known as Hrit Padma, the sacred heart, the sacred knot that needs to be undone for man to fulfill themselves to their destiny. The right ventricle of the heart also pumps blood, but not to all the parts of the body. Therefore, it's only through the left ventricle that the Noose Atom has access to all parts of the body. And another scientific thing that's interesting about the heart is that it secretes ANP, atrial natriuretic peptide, and ANP helps to regulate our blood pressure, our blood volume, and our sodium balance, and it's directly involved in heart function, and it contributes to the heart's ability to maintain the overall homeostasis of the body, like a powerful overseer of the body. And what's interesting about ANP is that it works synergistically with nitric oxide, and they work together to maintain cardiovascular health, and optimum levels of nitric oxide ensure that blood vessels remain flexible and that blood pressure can be regulated. Nitric oxide's vasodilatory effect helps ensure adequate blood flow to the brain as well, and all the other vital organs. which helps with heightened spiritual experiences. This supports the delivery of oxygen and nutrients necessary for the production of the biochemicals of enlightenment that do enhance our consciousness and bring on many spiritual experiences such as seership and tingles and all those wonderful things. During Kundalini awakening, there is a heightened state of physiological and spiritual energy. The heart's ability to regulate pressure and volume through ANP is crucial in maintaining the balance needed for safe and effective rising of Kundalini energy, which we know from previous videos is intrinsically related or connected or entwined with nitric oxide flow, which we've seen many times before is the molecule of health, and it helps to stimulate the activity of the pineal and the pituitary coming into that holy marriage and secreting all those wonderful biochemicals of enlightenment that we've talked about and explored so many times before. So in other words, the combined actions of ANP and nitric oxide create an optimal physiological environment that supports spiritual practices, thus validating ancient esoteric theories that herald the importance of the divine spark in the heart. And furthermore, ANP's role in regulating sodium and fluid balance, we know, the soul is the fluidic body, the CSF, the lymph, all of those wonderful vital fluids are part and parcel of that system. So the fact that ANP has a role with fluid balance, it assists also with the purification process, with the inner baptism and preparing the heart for an influx of heightened Kundalini energy or spiritual energy. So at every junction, we have the union of esoteric opinions, of ancient teachings and modern scientific understandings. So let's take a look at a couple of other perspectives very quickly before we wrap up. So this next quote is taken from Illness and Cure of the Soul by Nafpaktos. The human nous was darkened after the fall of man, which was the result of the rebellion of reason against the nous. But after the purification, healing or correction of the nous, achieved through ascetic processes like hesychasm, the human nous, the eye of the heart, will see God's uncreated light and fuel God's uncreated love and beauty, at which point the nous will start the unceasing prayer of the heart and become illuminated. So again, the writer is alluding to the regeneration of the body, the mind, the soul and the spirit via the divine spark in the sacred heart, the catalyst for all of these incredible shifts. They say that hesychasm, I think I'm saying that right, can help lead the initiate back to the truth of their being, to the truth of their being, to their ultimate identity as light and love, as God. In Eastern Christianity, hesychasm is where the individual has to seek divine quietness through the contemplation of God in uninterrupted prayer. So that's the same as meditating on God, being quiet, sitting still, thinking about higher things. And such prayer involves the entire being, body, mind, soul, and spirit, and all of our practical habits too. Basically meaning that, like Jesus, we have to walk the walk, not just talk the talk, or know the know. And here's one final perspective where Brandon Robertson equates a knower with the Noose Atom. This is very interesting. Noah is also a reference to the atom nous, mind or manas, that is always in the heart of anybody. If the Elohim were to look in us as we are right now, or as they were in the epoch of the Turanians during the Atlantean civilization, then they will find that the only good thing that we have within us is the Noose Atom, the superior manas, Manu, or Noah. The Noose Atom, which resides in the left ventricle of the heart, is that spiritual atom that is always in contact with the Christic forces, with the monad, the Elohim. Thus, through the atom is how Christ can rebuild the human being. If we repent, that is, if we annihilate the ego, that Noose Atom develops and guides us. This is how the Elohim guide us, through Nous, Noah, Manu, in order to rise again as true human beings, as Vavasvatas, children of the sun. And that is from Zeus and Ra, Digital Space Bible by Brandon Robertson. And I find it really interesting that he equates Noah with the Noose Atom, since the story of Noah, of course, also reveals the inner alchemy or true anointing and the purification of the body, of all the layers of the body. So in conclusion, the compassion of the heart really is the catalyst for spiritual growth. Our thoughts, feelings, and actions centered in this dynamic organ causes chemical shifts that have a knock-on effect throughout the entire body and throughout your life and circumstances as well. This center is always looking out for our best good, seeking to facilitate and harmonize bodily functions, but more than a beautiful automatic program of health, it also seeks to communicate with us, to assist us in building love and acceptance for ourselves and for others, healing our past hurts and rewriting our limited program so that we become abundant and step into our divinity. It wills our vibrancy, youthfulness, longevity, and holistic wellness. It seeks to give us a glimpse of paradise, not just in the invisible light realms, in visions and dreams, but also here as a reflection of what's happening inside us. Our outer reality shifts on earth as it is in heaven, as within, so without, as above, so below, from this central point. So when you're doing your practices, don't forget to carve out a little time to tune into the heart, to center and to follow the divine will of true source love. As it seeks you, you must seek it, and then it can nurture you on your path, and you can have that dialogue, that personal relationship and knowingness with God. You can do this simply by just talking to it every morning and every night, or whenever you remember to. It doesn't have to be some big technical meditation or Kundalini Kriya or asana. I mean, all of those things are wonderful scientific exercises that, you know, work as well. But if your time is limited and, you know, you're just starting out, literally just praying into the heart center, saying, good morning, Noose Atom, good morning, divine spark. Please, allow me to be open to you today. Please give me eyes to see and ears to hear, and give me a heart that's open. I am willing and I wish to hear you, and I love you, and I'm thankful for your guidance, and please make yourself known in my life in all ways. Amen. Like, that can literally be it. So, everyone can do this. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. As always, the links to my books and courses and other resources can be found in the description box below this video. So may divine love manifest itself in you all, always, and in all ways. Namaste.